Do you want him to win? Because if he wins the show, he has a huge fan base already. From your standpoint, I know you normally say whatever happens, happens.
Right.
But wouldn't you say as a promoter, I'd like the guy to win because if he wins, I'm in a better position?
See, it's not up to me. You hear these things, and I saw the thing that Gary Shaw did. This guy has the it factor, and this guy has, Mike Tyson had this, and this guy has that. I'm into fighters I'm into the guys who are the best. People have told me before, this guy isn't marketable. That guy's not marketable. This guy's marketable. I'll give you a story, and this is a true story. I used to manage Chuck Liddell before we bought this company, right? And the old matchmaker for the UFC couldn't get Chuck Liddell in the UFC. He wouldn't take him.
Already?
Yeah. Would not take Chuck Liddell back in the UFC. The guy's fucking not marketable. Can't speak. His mohawk is played out. Nobody fucking has mohawks anymore. He had all these fucking goofy reasons on why Chuck Liddell would never be a star. I rest my fucking case. I mean, you don't know. I think fight fans want to see the best fighters in the world, guys who are exciting. The people always ask me, isn't it better if this guy speaks English? I don't give a fuck if he's mute. I don't care if he never speaks again. If Anderson Silva never spoke a fucking word, but came in and fights like he used to fight, gives a shit. Do you show up to hear him give fucking speeches? No, you show up to see him do what he does. Fight fans love to see great fighters and see him fight. Give a fuck if he can speak, read, write. I don't care about any of that shit. We're in the fight business. I like guys that can fight and want to fight and are exciting fighters. If they can speak and they're good looking and they dress nice and they fucking do all this other shit, woo, it's a home run for everybody. If they don't, we want to see great fights.
Like there's a real chance to reach an audience, maybe an inner city audience with the NFL players, Kimbo obviously, and Rashad and Quinn. Was that kind of planned, or how much of a planned half a chance, and what do you think of that?
I'd love to tell you we're that smart, and that's what we did. We planned to, yeah, let's have some NFL guys and Kimbo, and everything just came together. It all just came together, and every season, obviously every season, he starts terrorizing me. He'll probably start terrorizing me in about 4 weeks already about the next season.
4 weeks?
He has to know, exactly.
4 days.
He has to know, what are we doing, this, that, and we have so many fights going on, and so many things that are happening, it literally, they don't like it, but that's the way it always happens. Last minute, everything just starts to come together. Right? Wouldn't you say that's how it happens?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. It really just comes together. It's fucking crazy. It's like the way this business is, I always used to, everybody knows from the early days when, me and Couture were butting heads and all this stuff was happening. I signed Pedro Hizzo to this huge deal. 9 fights and a shitload of money back when there wasn't a shitload of money because I thought this guy was going to be the heavyweight champion forever. Thought this guy was going to be, and I was wrong. And then I had Pedro Hizzo making $250,000 to fight on the fucking prelim in his last fight, against Rico Rodriguez. Back early on, I quit trying to think too much and thinking I know what's happening or whatever. I have my opinions on what I think and who I think could do this and who looks like that. But at the end, the great thing about the sport and the great thing about this show is you don't know, man. You just never know. It all just comes together. It happens, and reality is better than any script you could ever write.